Hey guys, today's video is about 3 reasons why you're not losing weight with intermittent fasting. So let's get started. And reason number 1 is because you're not fasting correctly. So what I mean by this is, you're doing the fast, but some things you're consuming which are breaking the fast basically. So you feel like you've done 16 hours. But actually, you're somewhere within that, you've consumed, a certain amount of calories or sugar, and that's released insulin into the blood, and that's basically cancelled the fast. Now, this can be easy to do, especially because if you're drinking 0-calorie drinks, or as close to, 0 calories as there is. For example, a popular one, a drink that I like myself, Monster, 0 sugar, 0 calories. Now, yes, it is 0 calories, but it has sweetness, artificial sweetness. And there have been studies that show that these sweeteners, just the taste of sweetness in your mouth is enough to cause insulin to be released in the blood, sort of in an anticipation of the sugar. So if you're drinking, sweetened beverages that actually they're 0 calories, they're not actually going to make you gain any weight. But what they will do is they'll cause the release of insulin into the blood, which will then, that will stop the fast basically. If you've done 4 hours, then it's like starting back from 0. So this is very easy to do. Many people think that you can drink these drinks on intermittent fasting, but as I said, there are various studies showing that there is a response with your blood sugar to artificial sweetness. So it's best to avoid artificial sweetness. There's still plenty of things that you can drink. You can drink, black coffee, green tea. You can drink certain herbal teas and things, but you need to be careful when they're flavoured. Because sometimes there's too much sweetness there, and again that can have an effect, because what you're trying to achieve with intermittent fasting is keeping blood sugar, insulin level 0. You don't want any insulin in the bloodstream, because that will block fat burning, and anything that causes any type of sugar, calories, whatever it may be, that will cause insulin to be released, and as I said, artificial sweeteners will cause it to be released, and that will break the fast. So just take that into account now. Another thing some people do, especially if you've been on keto and things, there is certain types of oils that people put in their coffees, MTC oil and things like that. I would stay away from those kind of things. Just because it's an oil, so probably got calories, it'll probably break your fast. You just want to try and be safe when you are actually on your fast. Once you're outside of your fast, if you want to drink 0-calorie monsters or whatever, you can drink that, or you can drink the full calorie one. Once you finish the fast, you can drink whatever you want then. But this is one of the main reasons I think that a lot of people say intermittent fasting doesn't work. The point of intermittent fasting is you need that insulin, to be not being released. That's why as well, intermittent fasting can help with type 2 diabetes, help sort of reverse, really, cure yourself off type 2 diabetes. It's because it will help you with your blood sugar problem, because type 2 diabetes is caused by sort of being too accustomed to sugar. So the sugar comes in, into your blood, and your body sort of desensitizes to it basically. So the insulin no longer has the same effect as it once did. You need more and more amount to do the same thing, and that's sort of what gets you into sort of type 2 diabetes, really. So that's the first point. Now, point number 2 is you don't have much weight to lose, or you're quite low body fat percentage. So if you're someone that's quite muscly, you're quite in shape, and perhaps you're just trying to lose 5 or 6 pounds, and you just want to get super in shape for a certain event or something, You know, a regular 16-hour fast is not going to cut it. You're going to need to increase the time of your fast. 18-20 hour fast, or 20 hours is what I would suggest. You know, same thing applies if you're just quite a low weight. If you're not, you know, overweight, if you just try and lose a few extra pounds here, you're going to have to increase the time. So if you increase to 18 hours, you'll see more effect. And then, you know, if you do that for a while, and then that's not working, you can increase to 20. Now, I did 20 for a while, and I lost a huge amount of weight very, very quickly. Now, it is more difficult, yes, but it is it's worth doing if you can do it. So, you know, just bear in mind that once you've lost a lot of weight, or you don't have much weight to lose, a 16-hour fast is not going to be as effective. But again, if you increase that to 18-20 hours, then you'll see that the effectiveness will increase. So just consider, you know, increasing the amount of time that you are fasting. Now, number 3 is not counting calories. Now, intermittent fasting is not really a traditional diet. It's just about changing your eating patterns. But you know, my opinion is really that you should count calories, just because these days there are a lot of hidden calories in things that you don't think necessarily there are. So for example, I've said in other videos, you know, a Starbucks mocha is 400 calories. It doesn't feel like you're eating 400 calories, does it? It's very easy to go way out of control on the calories, especially when it comes to things like adding olive oil to dishes and things like that. A small amount of oil is, you know, hundreds of calories. So often combining intermittent fasting with calorie counting is the best way to go. It's just going to give you that sort of knowledge there that, you know, 100% you will be losing weight. If you know how many calories you're eating exactly, you're tracking it, use MyFitnessPal or just write it down, whatever you prefer. You know, it's just going to give you that sort of peace of mind there that, you know, if you're doing intermittent fasting, 16-hour fast a day, and, you know, you've tracked all your calories and you're only at 1,500 calories, you know, you got a 500,000 deficit, whatever it may be, you know that you're definitely losing weight. You know, it helps you mentally as well to know that even though you may not see weight loss on the scale and things, because, you know, there's a lot of fluctuations with the scale, you know that you will be losing weight if you stick to that. So again as well, if you have you know, any problems with sort of eating disorders and things like that, you know, just having an 8-hour eating window is not necessarily going to stop you from eating a ton of food, especially if you're used to it. So the best thing you can do is just, you know, count those calories, because within 8 hours it's perfectly possible, especially if you've had, you know, binge eating problems and things, you can easily get through, you know, 4,000 or 5,000 calories in 8 hours. So it is, you know, I just recommend you count them calories, and then, you know, you know 100% they'll work. Intermittent fasting will just sort of accelerate that weight loss a bit more. So if you were losing, you know, a pound a week on a regular diet of intermittent fasting, you perhaps use 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds. So, you know, they're my sort of top 3 reasons that, you know, with intermittent fasting you're not losing weight. So it's not the fault of the fasting. The fasting is extremely effective. You just need to be careful that you're not making any mistakes there, and, you know, it'll work for you. Just give it a bit of time, and, you know, I'll guarantee, I've done it myself, lost a lot of weight with intermittent fasting, I'll guarantee you'll lose even more. So thanks for watching, guys. Give the video a like, and I'll see you in the next one.